Hey everybody, it's me, Ceru-Bean, and I'm back with yet another speed build. So this is going to be an apartment for Malcolm Landgraab, and if you follow me on Tumblr, you might have seen a post I made of his makeover, and he is now a fisherman who lives in Evergreen Harbor, and he cut contact with his parents, so he's kind of just doing his own thing, and I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I like giving the townies like their own separate stories and their own lore, I guess. I thought this was like an interesting path for him to take because in the base game he's like a snobby teen who's like he has like the what is it called, like the snooty walk or whatever it is, and so it's like a complete 180 for him to be just like this rugged fisherman type. So this is his apartment basically. I think this is like my first time making an apartment where it's like not its own complex. I don't think I've ever renovated one of the pre-made apartments before, but it was a lot of fun actually. It's definitely a lot less tedious than like building your own apartment complex from scratch and like decorating all the rooms. So yeah. And you might have noticed if you saw like the intro or if you see like pictures of the apartment when it's done, there's like so much brown like everywhere you turn there's brown something. And I was kind of nervous about having that much of one color, but it kind of fit, like all the different wood tones and all it kind of like the traditional outdoorsy kind of style. It really fit for who this Malcolm Landgraab is, so I actually really like it. And another thing that I was thinking about as I was decorating this apartment was like who this new Malcolm Landgraab is, because if you notice, like the apartment itself, it's has like the outdoorsy traditional kind of style, but it still has like newer appliances and like modern, like a lot of really nice stuff in it basically. And so my idea is that like how much has he really changed, because if you denounce your parents who are very affluent and you want to get away from that kind of lifestyle, how much have you really changed if you still have those kinds of aspects in your home? You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I don't think you know what I mean. Like, but yeah, like how much has Malcolm Landgraab really changed from who he used to be? And I did actually change his traits in my townie makeover. So he's a loner and he loves outdoors, and I can't remember what his other trait was. It might be like outgoing or something. No, not outgoing. I have no idea. But I did actually give him likes and dislikes because we have the new update. So he loves the color green and he loves Americana and backyard music, which is kind of like the country style. I think this is really gonna be fun to play around with because I want to play more in my Evergreen Harbor save. So I'm playing Daisy Fallon. You might have seen on my blog. She's the one with the scar over her eye and the black hair and stuff. I love her so much. Like, she's just so chaotic and adorable. And then the other person I'm playing is Malcolm, obviously. And so I think they have met before in my save. I can't remember. And so I want them to be friends and just, see where things go. I think Malcolm is actually dating Lilith Vitor, one of the vampires. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't do that myself, actually. I just I didn't do any of like the changes that Malcolm Landgraab has, except for his appearance. Pretty much had all of the stuff like when I saw him in game. And I just checked MC Command Center to see like what his job was and all that kind of stuff. And it had moved him to after he aged up, he had moved to Evergreen Harbor and he became a fisherman, like all on his own. So that's kind of why I just took the idea and ran with it. And of course, I changed his appearance and gave him likes and dislikes, but the rest wasn't me at all, which is, I really love when that happens in the game. I know it's mostly MC Command Center's work and not, you know, the game itself, but even still, it's really interesting to see like the story progression. I wish we really had that like in the game already without needing mods or anything, but yeah, I'm really excited to play more of this day. Like I said before, I just love like I love the design of his apartment. Really, it's small and but there's just so much character in it, and definitely really fits him, if that makes any sense. It's just so. Oh, and then he has the brewing station that came with it came with Eco Lifestyle. I cannot talk today. It came with Eco Lifestyle, and I don't think I've never played with Eco Lifestyle, if I'm honest with you. I haven't tried to like get rid of pollution or whatever the gameplay is that comes with it. I haven't used any of the fabrication station and the beer making or the brewing thing. I haven't used either of those. But I definitely made sure that I added those things in just to like I always love adding like, you know, skill or hobby objects in like homes, because I just hate having to like travel to a different lot. It's definitely hard to do when you like your computer takes forever to load each lot, so it takes like 30 minutes to an hour to just go from one lot to another because of the loading screen. So I just love adding as much as I can like on the lot itself without having to like go anywhere. And that's definitely why I love making apartments, because you can really just like I always put gyms and stuff in there, or like a playground, like just everything you'd ever need is already like on the apartment lot. And so yeah, that's why I love making them so much. But this was a little bit different because, you know, it's already pre-made. I do wish I wish you could like live in more of the rooms, like on different floors, like with the ones that came with Eco Lifestyle. I think there's 2 of them, and there's only 2 apartments that you can, you know, live in for each of them, so there's 4 in total. I feel like that's really not enough. And I was saying this when I found out how many lots came with the cottage living pack, which I'll get into in a second, but there's only 12, I think. He said there were 4 lots each. He said there were 3 neighborhoods with 4 lots each, and there's one of those is a 60 by 64 by 64 lot, which is just not enough. Like there's no consistency. Well, there is consistency, it's just not good. With the amount of lots they give you with each pack. Like Windenburg had, I think, a really large number, like 18 or 20 something, like, and that's not even close to like a comparison to like Sims 3 or Sims 2, where there's like so many more. And Sims 3, I think you can, in one of the games, you can create your own worlds and add your own lots and stuff like that. So like those games, like they give you ample opportunity to add, like you get a decent number of community lots, you get a decent number of like homes where people live in neighborhoods. You just have more space to like create, to larger expand the world that your Sims live in, and you really don't get that opportunity with the Sims 4, which is, you know, annoying. But I didn't come here to complain. I was really excited about the cottage living pack announcement. I think that'll be a lot of fun to play with, especially because kids can now help cook. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. There's a lot of aspects to that pack that look really interesting. As of right now, we'll see, you know, once we know more about it, that'll be like my final judgment, because I still haven't done anything with the Dream House Decorator pack, and I've heard like so much stuff about it about it being buggy or it just not being good. Which I'm not surprised. I kind of knew that would happen, you know. It's usually what happens with every pack release. And like I said, people don't really talk about it like a week or so after it gets released, which isn't surprising. Well, they are talking about it, it's just not, you know, good stuff. I do have ideas for the pack that I just haven't gotten around to just yet. So I wanted to play the Myers family. I have a sim whose name is Ceru, which is my username, but I wanted her to leave her author career. She's at level 10 at this point. So I wanted her to leave that career and do the freelance, you know, interior designing career. And then, and not just that, I wanted to kind of have like her be on like a reality show almost. And I got the idea because her husband Devin is in the film production career, which came with a mod. It didn't come with Get Famous or anything, it was a mod, but that kind of gave me the idea to be like, oh, what if he used his connections to like get them a show on you know, like a HGTV style kind of show. So I thought that'd be really cool to do. I just haven't had the time to go into game and actually play it out and take pictures and stuff. So I mean, I'm looking forward to that. And maybe then I'll be able to give my own final opinion on a Dreamhouse Decorator. But it is unfortunate that people say that it's really buggy, and hopefully they fix a lot of the bugs that came with that pack. Another thing I wanted to talk about was I kind of feel like the cottagecore like farming pack was not a coincidence, I guess I should say, because I was watching so E3 was like a week or however many days ago it was from the day that this goes up, but I was watching E3 and there was like a wholesome category, and literally like every single game they showed with that category was like farming, relaxing, talking animals, you know, walking my grandma down the street, like kind of game. And I was just like, okay, now I see why they decided to release they decided to announce the cottage living pack when they did. It just, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's just really interesting. Just funny how there's so many farming Animal Crossing style games nowadays, which isn't it's not bad. I do really like those games, even though my island is god awful, but I can't wait to play the cottage living pack. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but I do look forward to it. I think it'd be a lot of fun, especially with the festival thing. But yeah, I think it's like the fruit vegetable competition to see, like, you know how they do like the biggest fruit wins kind of thing. And I think there's some other different kinds of festivals and competitions, which definitely really interesting gameplay aspect. What I'm not happy about with the new pack is that it's another European world, which is like, I wish they would give us something different. I mean, I feel like we have so many already at this point that are very like Western and very European. Like we have Windenburg, we have all of the worlds that are based on American, states. I think with the Snowy Escape pack was a really good opportunity to branch out to different countries, to a different country. I mean, I know they've done it before with World Adventures with Sims 3. I think Malcom is decent. It's not perfect because, it's a lot of the time when they make worlds based on non-Western and non-European countries and stuff, is very from the perspective of a tourist. So they didn't do this with Solani, but you could tell that Solani isn't as fleshed out as it should be, but you could tell because they did this with Snowy Escape, where even with the trailer or the gameplay trailer or something, it's very, hi, welcome to our country, let's show you around, and not, I'm actually a person who lives in this country and here's my daily life and here's how I live. Like, I don't think it's very, I just don't like that they do that all the time, because there's actually people that live there, and it's not just a place for tourists to come and look at stuff, which I think there's definitely something they could do better in that aspect. And I did bring up Solani because I feel like I said, Solani really is not as fleshed out as it should be, because like Pacific Islander culture and like Hawaiian and Polynesian culture is just like so, there's just so much more to it that they could have done, and I feel like they did the bare minimum. I feel like a lot of people recognize that as well, because a lot of people feel like island living is just not, it doesn't feel like an expansion at all, because it feels like they put so much focus on water feature, the open water aspect of that pack, and it's just like they should have done so much more pertaining to the culture. It's just very frustrating. I'd love to see like so many more cultures represented, and I know they do patch updates, but you know, like they could do more. And that's my opinion on that. Yeah, just more non-European, non-Western worlds would be very much appreciated. So anyways, I'm gonna step off my soapbox. In other news, I've come up with so many more build ideas that I'm excited to do, but I think, you know, I should just go at my own pace and not burn myself out. I won't tell you any of them just yet, but I have written them down, and I'm really excited to do them. I will tell you though, it's I think 2 restaurants. I need to look at my list again, but I'm really excited to do them because they're kind of themed restaurants. I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, and then I do have some other houses and stuff that I have one house that I'm almost done building. But yeah, I love building in The Sims, but I don't want to burn myself out because I don't want to I don't want to sound too pretentious, but it is like a very creative process, and a lot of the times those can be really extenuating, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm very susceptible to being someone who gets discouraged easily, or someone who gets distracted. So I try to like just take as much time as I can on it and not try to do it all in one go. So even though the 242 Hasagawa build, that took me just one day, which is very impressive if I do say so myself. Like, it's very rare that I get something done in one sitting. It takes me a very long time. Like even this apartment build that I'm doing right now, it was like I struggled so much with that living room area because I pictured it so differently in my head, and I feel like I was thinking of a different apartment like floor plan. I think the other one that came with Eco Lifestyle, I think I was thinking of that one when I started building, and I had already, you know, gone so far in it. So I was just like, okay, well, there's no turning around now. So I just, you know, stuck with it. But yeah, the living room area took me so long because and you might have saw already, but like I just was struggling, like how do I want to do the TV or like the couches, because it all fits so oddly. But yeah, so I can't tell if the video's almost over yet, but I've completely run out of ideas to talk about. So I'm going to end this voiceover, and I'm just gonna let the music play and the rest of the video till you just, you know, go. I'll see you guys when I see you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And there's a fly just flying around right now. All right. I think it just got lost in my keyboard or something. But anyway, I'm gonna end this voiceover. See you guys in the next one.